Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel, Previews and Vlogs. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I appreciate for all the subscribers. I'm about 300 subscribers away or so from hitting the 1,000 mark, and it's just a big milestone for anybody that started a YouTube channel. Anyway, so today, still in the middle of this pandemic, you know, people are still losing their lives, people are still getting sick. You guys stay healthy out there and stuff. But we're gonna be talking about the CTS. Now, the last video I did was a quick repair on a stone chip that I got on the hood. That was a quick, simple repair that we did. Again, it's not to make it come out 100% perfect, but it looks better than putting nail polish over it or something like that, pretty much. So that repair, you can apply it to any car if you wanted to do that. And I have a link to the description on the video. So today what we're gonna be doing is something that I was gonna wait for until the car had to go in for or after the rear differential recall that these 2015 CTSVSPORTs have. So that was gonna be, and it's not tuned that I wanna do to it, that's gonna have to wait 100% because I've spoke to some people and they told me that after they put the new rear differential, they have to go into the computer and pretty much update the computer because it's getting a new differential put in so it reads it properly. So in today's video, what I'm actually gonna be doing, I am gonna be installing the body kit that I got from Savage Cadillac. I got this link in the description. I'll post it right here so you guys can see it. www.savagecadillac.com. Now, he has parts for the second generation CTS, third generation CTS, 2.0s, 3.6 twin turbos like mine, or even the 3.6, the regular one. So it doesn't matter which one of the models you got, he's got something for them. What I did get from him was pretty much the side splitters, the front splitter, and I also picked up some LED lights, which are these LED lights right here. This is just a regular bulb in there. I'm gonna be putting the ones that I bought from him from there. Now, he also has on his website, and you can buy a front grille. I actually like the front grille of this one when it's wrapped, and it's still a stock grill, but it's just wrapped all black. So I was thinking of buying the mesh grill he has in there, but I'll see how everything looks afterwards. I might still do that, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, so we're gonna be installing the side splitters, the front splitter on the car, and we'll do a before and after. Now, another thing with my car is that back last year, I was at a Target parking lot, walked in for 10 minutes. When I came out, somebody had hit my car. Of course, that person wasn't there. They didn't leave any information or anything like that. So they damaged my rear bumper. And here's a picture of what they did. And it wasn't that bad. It was a small crack, some scuffing. The bumper popped out of the sides a little bit. But that was the perfect opportunity. And I say this to anybody out there that's looking to do any type of body upgrades to the car. I've always liked the V3 or the CTSV third generation rear diffuser or rear bumper, and I ended up doing that upgrade. So here's a quick shot of what it looks like. Now, this is not the Savage Cadillac bumper. He does have a rear diffuser on there on the website you can actually get, and I actually lost, look at this, didn't even notice that I lost one of the reflectors on there. Well, gotta get another one. They're not that expensive. I'll end up buying another one on how that came out. Either way, I did the update or the upgrade on the rear bumper, but of course the exhaust in the car is a very tiny exhaust. It's literally a tiny exhaust. So I ended up buying some Borla exhaust, and it sounds great. And these are just basically regular mufflers, nothing with the downpipes or anything like that, just regular plain old mufflers. You guys can see a shot of them right there. And I did sell the stock mufflers to somebody on the Cadillac page, the CTS CTSVSPORT Cadillac page. Somebody did go ahead and buy it, they ordered it, they are happy with it. Of course, I guess they wanted to show what was up their car. Alright, so with that being said, I showed you guys how the exhaust sounds, how the rear bumper looks with the CTSV bumper on there. And now today I'm going to be installing pretty much the side splitters and the front splitter, which are those two giant boxes right over there. The long box is the side splitters, the smaller box or the thicker box is actually the front splitter. Now, I'm going to be going through some of the steps. I will tell you guys what I'm doing as I'm going through it, but if you guys want an in-depth how-to video on both of those parts, check out my buddy's damn page, Jet Fuel Only. He's got a lot of great videos on there, and he does have explanation of how to install and the front and the side splitters on this car, and he goes into depth. Of course, he did have the SPR splitter, which is another places or another site that sells side splitters and front splitters for these things, and he had those on his car, and he explained to you and shows you exactly the difference between both splitters. So check out his actual YouTube channel. He's got a lot of great videos. All right, so without talking anymore, let's go ahead and get these things unboxed and get them on the car. So I have it all opened up here. Here are your side splitters, of course, and of course the front splitter right there. Now, the packaging that Oliver does from Savage Cadillac is awesome. He ensures that these things get to you in one piece. All that foam padding on it, that's awesome the way he packaged that in there. Now, one thing I did do is I did have him paint both the front and the side splitters black. I didn't feel like sitting here and sending both of these splitters and the front splitter over to Levady and have them, have them to wrap or anything like that. Now, you can tell they are painted because on the corner here, this part that you won't see on the outside of the car, you can see it's got overspray right there. So again, had them painted. He does charge a little bit extra for painting them, but it's well worth it for me at least to have them painted. They do come with all the hardware, so you get them all mounted, mainly for the side splitters. The front splitter you do not need hardware for. So let's go ahead and get this front splitter mounted on first. All right, so this whole job takes about a good 10 minutes to do, if that. Honestly, there's 3 actual screws to remove on each side, total of 6. You don't have to remove there's an air deflector right up here in the front tire. You don't have to remove it, just remove the one screw on there. They are 7mm hex screws, so make sure you just get a hex nut or anything like that and remove them. Once you remove all 6 of them, you're gonna take your front air diffuser, prop it up on the front bumper, and then reattach all the screws. Now, to make it easier on you, you can jack up the car just to be able to get some more room to work with. I honestly did not have to jack up the car. I felt that it wasn't necessary to get the car up. My car is not lowered in any kind of way, so it was easier for me to get to this way. Now, if I would have jacked it up, I could have probably fit a power tool under there to be able to remove the screws a lot quicker and make the job a little bit easier. But again, I didn't have to prop anything up. I didn't even start up any screws or anything like that. I literally just set this on the front bumper and then just started installing the screws back on there. So it was that simple. So now once that is set, just make sure everything is aligned. Make sure all your screws are, tightened all the way. Now just tighten them up to a certain extent. Do not over tighten them because you may break the actual splitter itself. And then now you have a splitter that's not holding on to properly. All right, so now the front splitters installed, let's go ahead and concentrate and get these side splitters installed. So walk around here. I already have both sides side splitters put on the car. I measured them out. One thing I do want to let you guys know is make sure that you guys do clean this rocker panel here because the side splitter has double-sided 3M on there. You want to make sure that sticks on there properly. Also, with the splitters, the passenger side has a cutout for the pinch weld. The driver's side, if we walk around here, does not have that same cutout. So if you look at it right here, there's no cutout for the pinch weld, which means you're gonna have to actually cut that piece off while it's on the car or while it's off the car, whichever is easier for you guys. To me, it's gonna be easier while it's on the car, ready to go. So I'm gonna install it and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. But for now, again, just make sure, because like I said, this does have this double-sided sticky 3M type. Both rocker panels are properly cleaned. I usually use alcohol to clean that on there. And again, measure them out, make sure that everything fits properly the way it is, because once you drill holes on this thing, there's no going back. Now let's go ahead and jack this car up because it's gonna be easier for the install. All right, so once you have the car jacked up, after you put a jack stand at the bottom, right in the center point of the car where there's a jack pad on there. I don't know if you guys could see that right there, but you got to remove the jacks. Of course, since you're going to be working by the pinch weld, you're going to need the jacks out of the way. Now what I did here is actually I used both jacks to kind of lift the actual splitter up to a certain level where I could actually get pretty much where I'm going to be able to work with it. So once you get it up to a certain point, make sure it's flush on there, make sure it's fitting on properly, and it's all aligned before you start drilling holes or anything. You're going to remove the backing for the 3M tape on there. So just make sure you take a small piece of it off. Do not remove everything all at once. Just remove some more part of it. And then, of course, once you get that going, we'll go ahead and start screwing everything in. Now, as you put the screws in, you start removing some more of the tape. So we put one of the screws in there, remove the tape. After every time you put a screw in, you just kind of remove the tape a little bit more and more all the way till you get to the very end. Once you get to the end, it should be all secured. Make sure you put all the screws that's supposed to go in here. Total, there should be 8 screws that go on each side. I'm pretty sure there's 8 screws on each side, but don't remember exactly what the count was here. But a total of 8 screws on each side with the 3M tape on there. Now, of course, once you get halfway through the halfway point, you should be able to remove both jack stands out of the way. That should hold on its own up there. And again, we're gonna do the same thing to both sides, except for the driver's side, we're gonna have to cut into that pinch weld that is actually being covered by the rocker pan or by the side splitter. All right, I already installed both sides of this. Now this is the part where I gotta cut pretty much where the pinch weld is at on this. Now I do have this tool, of course, which is gonna just pretty much cut it out. One thing I will suggest to everybody is wear a mask and glasses. Safety glasses. Do not do what I just did here. This is not something you should be breathing in, but I already had started, so I might as well finish it. It's done. That's pretty much the end of the install. 8 screws, and that is it. Pretty much that goes on everything. And now, when you're lowering the car, since my car is not lowered, and I do have these low profile jack stands on here, I can actually take everything out, the jack stand, or the jacks, I'm saying, out without having any issues. It does lower the car about 1 inch. So just be careful when you're pulling out both jacks. So again, my car is not lowered in any kind of way, so I didn't have to put any type of wood or anything underneath the actual tires to keep it up. But it does lower it, so if it does lower it, just be careful. So now, next thing to do is we're going to install the LED lights. These are the last things that I have from Savage Cadillac. For now, we're gonna install them. The only thing we're gonna do is turn the wheels inside. This is actually pretty easy. Once you turn the wheels inside, you'll be able to get to the 2 screws that are in there that are actual torque screws. They're 10 millimeters or 10 T10s. You take the first one out, and you can actually get a power tool in here where you got the wheel turn in. You take the other one out. Once you get the second screw completely out, what you want to do is try to push this in. This is the Fender Liner, and it's just a piece of cloth pretty much. Push it in. If you can't, what I did, I went ahead and got a small pick, or you can use a screwdriver or whatever you want to use on there to actually just kind of pull back on it, and you'll be able to get to the light. Now here's the light. Now the light itself is pretty much, it's a 194 bulb, small socket and 2 clips. Turn the socket out, get the bulb out of there, push the clips down and out towards you, or on the bottom part would be up and out towards you. So you push the first one first, the top one first, then push on the bottom clip, again up and out, and the light literally just falls right off of there. Just try to catch it before it hits the ground. Once you get that out, next step you want to do is pretty much pull the wiring harness right out to get the bulb out of there. Now, like I said, it is a 194 bulb. The new bulbs or the new lights from Savage Cadillac mimic that connector. So it goes directly fit right into that 194 socket. Now when you install it, of course, make sure you're installing it the right way. Once you plug it in, first thing you want to do is go ahead and go test it before you finish everything out. Turn the lights on, and in my case here, it did not turn on. So my headlights turned on, came around, and the light was off. That means pretty much you just kind of unplug it and reverse it, reverse the install on there to make sure you get the proper connection on there. So we'll pull this back. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and pull it right back out of there. Reconnect it, and then go test it again. Now it's working. So now it's all good to go. So now we go ahead and finish installing the rest of the light. All right, with the rest of the install, make sure you tuck all the wiring inside of the actual housing, and then the back of it pretty much goes right back on, just like a regular light bulb would go back in. It is the original socket, so it just kind of goes right on there. Fits perfectly, so make sure you put everything in properly. Once you get everything settled, what you're gonna wanna do is push it back in and then just push on it, remove the tape or the plastic cover that's on there, and you're good to go. And I try to move the camera around here so I can show you guys what it looks like after it's installed. So you can hardly tell there's even a light there. That's how nice how clean it actually looks. Very easy to install. Did it to both sides. You do the same thing to the opposite side. Turn the wheel the opposite way, of course, and do it that way. Now install back the 2 screws you removed, the T10s out of there. Now, I might be wrong on that. I believe they were T10s. They could be T20s. Like, and I don't remember exactly what I used to install these. But again, very simple install. Once you install those back on, you are done with the whole process. Alright guys, so it's all done. Front splitter installed, side splitters installed, the LED side markers installed, all set to go, including that bumper that I did a few months ago, which is the actual CTS bumper. So I'm gonna leave you guys with some side shots, but I mean the car looks awesome. I like the way it turned out. I'm gonna give you some shots here before and after, how it turned out fully. I'm sure you've seen other videos out there with the car, but this is basically, they done it in steps. They put the front splitter, then the side splitters. I did it all at one shot right now. So I'll give you guys a shot of how the car looked before and after. And again, if you guys want these parts, check out Savage Cadillac. Oliver is awesome dude. Yeah, contact them, email him, or anything. He'll reply right away. So I'll leave you guys with some shots of the car. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
I hit recorded, drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, vintage frames on my face, looking like I'm from the deep. These no Cartiers, pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my seat, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise, use a beat, bro. Whoa, whoa. I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Neighborhood on the scene, neighborhood on the strip. Neighborhood be the name, neighborhood no crib. Neighborhood, that's me.